Batman is one of the most iconic heroes in comic book history, and his journey is full of epic and game-changing moments. Therefore, let us recall some moments that defined the Dark Knight and shaped his legend. The tragedy of his parents' death. Batman's origin is well known by all comic book fans. When he was just a kid, Bruce Wayne witnessed the brutal murder of his parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne, during a robbery. This traumatic event made him swear to dedicate his life to fighting crime. In Detective Comics 33, the killer was just a regular thief. But it wasn't until Batman 47 that it was revealed that the man responsible for the tragedy was Joe Chill, marking the start of Bruce's journey as the Dark Knight. The fear of bats. Bruce Wayne's fear of bats plays a key role in shaping his character, representing him overcoming a deep trauma. Instead of running away from his phobia, Bruce decides to face it head-on and turns that fear into his greatest ally. He uses bats as a symbol to create a terrifying presence, commanding respect from Gotham's criminals. This not only adds a human layer to the hero, showing his vulnerability, but also strengthens his resolve, turning fear into a powerful tool to fight evil. The training to become Batman. To become Batman, Bruce Wayne went through intense worldwide training that turned him into one of the most skilled fighters in the comic book universe. After swearing to avenge his parents' death, he traveled the world seeking out masters and knowledge to improve himself in different areas, including martial arts, criminology, medicine, and disguise. During this time, Bruce didn't just train his body, he trained his mind too. He focused on understanding the psychology of crime and learning about the weaknesses of the villains he'd face. His ability to act strategically, manipulate his opponents, and use his intelligence as a weapon is a direct result of that training. His encounter with the Joker. Batman's first encounter with the Joker is one of the most defining and crucial moments in the hero's story. When the Joker shows up in Gotham, he's not just any other criminal. He's a chaotic and unpredictable threat, representing everything Batman fights against: anarchy. The Joker's first appearance was in Batman #1, 1940, where he was introduced as a clever and dangerous villain, capable of challenging Batman in unimaginable ways. What makes this encounter even more complicated is that, even though the Joker is the complete opposite of Batman in many ways, the two share a deep connection that goes beyond the typical hero-villain battle. While Batman is driven by a strong moral code and a desire for justice, the Joker has no limits and seeks nothing but chaos, constantly defying the rules and the established order. This contrast of philosophies creates a unique dynamic, where the Joker constantly pushes Batman's boundaries, forcing him to confront his own beliefs and values. If you're enjoying this epic Batman journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any of the most iconic moments of the Dark Knight. Let's keep going. Meeting Catwoman. Batman's meeting with Catwoman is one of the most fascinating moments in his journey, as she represents one of the most complex and ambiguous relationships in his life. Selina Kyle, Catwoman, first appeared in Batman #1, 1940, and has since become a key figure in Batman's story, challenging not just his physical abilities, but also his heart. Over the years, their dynamic has evolved. Catwoman is often a criminal, but at the same time, she has her own sense of morality that makes her act unpredictably. Their relationship is marked by mutual attraction, but also constant tension, as she moves between being an ally and an enemy. While Batman stands for order and justice, Catwoman operates in the shadows, defying the rules and seeking her own kind of justice. It's recruiting Robin. Recruiting Dick Grayson as the first Robin is one of the most important milestones in Batman's story, both for the hero and for the boy. Dick's story starts in Detective Comics #38, 1940, when he's introduced as the young acrobat from a circus, whose parents die in a tragic accident caused by criminals. After his parents' death, Dick is sent to an orphanage, but is quickly rescued by Bruce Wayne, who sees a reflection of his own pain and loss in the boy. Batman then decides to take Dick under his wing, not just as a mentor, but as a way to keep the boy from falling into the same traps of revenge and loneliness that he himself faced. While training him, Bruce realizes that Dick has exceptional skills, both physical and mental, and sees incredible potential in him to become an ally in the fight against crime in Gotham. And so Dick Grayson becomes the first Robin, Batman's sidekick, with his own suit and identity. First meeting with Superman. The first meeting between Batman and Superman is one of the most iconic and significant moments in comic book history, and it happened in Superman number 76, 1952. In this encounter, the two heroes, who until then were isolated figures in their respective cities, come face to face for the first time in a situation that puts them on opposite sides, but also unites them against a common enemy. Their initial interaction isn't just a physical fight, but a clash of personalities and ideologies. Batman, always skeptical of other heroes, sees Superman as someone with immense powers, something he doesn't have. The Dark Knight is a man without supernatural abilities, and his distrust of gods like Superman is clear. Meanwhile, the Man of Steel, with his high morals and desire to do good without question, sees Batman as a vigilante operating outside the law, which creates tension between the two. This first meeting set the foundation for a complex relationship, with Batman often positioning himself as the strategist and the tactical mind of the duo, while Superman represents brute strength and hope. Their dynamic evolves over the years, but mutual respect and their differing approaches continue to define their relationship. It's founding the Justice League. The founding of the Justice League is one of the most significant moments, not just for Batman, but for the entire comic book universe. In The Brave and the Bold number 28, 1960, Batman, along with other iconic heroes like Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern, forms the foundation of the Justice League, a team of heroes dedicated to protecting the world from threats that no hero could face alone. Although Batman was the first to join the League, he wasn't your typical member. While the other heroes had extraordinary powers, Batman stood out for his human abilities, strategic intelligence, and immense physical and mental discipline. He became a crucial part of the League, being the group's tactical brain, always ready with backup plans and a realistic view of his teammates' limits and strengths. These moments define Batman as the hero we all know and love. His journey is full of challenges, but always with an unshakable determination. If this video got you hyped and you're into alternate universes, don't miss this interesting theory about Batman with the lantern ring. Click on the video that pops up on the screen. See you there.